Welcome. I'm Erica, a certified yoga instructor in San Francisco, California. I focus on restorative and yin yoga for all ages, all bodies, and all experience levels. In today's video, we are going to go through a short, gentle yin yoga sequence for tech neck. If you're not sure what tech neck is, it is the sort of jutting out of our face, our skull, and our neck, our cervical spine. Due to looking at our screens or our laptops, something that we all do, and it not only does it mess up our alignment by jutting our head forward, it also can create some discomfort and in some people even some pain. So today we are going to focus on getting some circulation going in the cervical spine. Just start moving it around, get some blood circulation in there to help loosen and release some of that tension. But of course the spine, the neck is not in isolation. So tech neck discomfort also impacts shoulders, chest, and the full back, the full spine. So we're going to focus on the whole torso. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, and let's start right away by making sure that we are coming to a seated position with good spinal alignment. So I'm just going to demo here on the side. So I highly recommend, and also I should mention props, all you need is your yoga mat and a couple blankets. And I highly recommend using one of your blankets to prop you up to help you with your spinal alignment. So often when we sit in a chair or on a seat, our lower back rounds out, but the correct alignment for our lower back is a slight curvature, a slight arch in our lower back. So if you take a blanket and scooch up towards the end of it, so just your sits bones are on the blanket, the rest of your body is hanging off, you can see it creates a nice lower back curvature. Then we're going to inhale our shoulders up and shoulder blades cascade down the lower back, lifting up through the heart center. Now, if our neck is jutting forward, we're going to use the muscles just under the jawline and under the ears to gently pull the neck back. Beautiful. Chin tucks just slightly. And there we go. There we have our nice alignment. So go ahead, find your alignment, and we'll meet in a seated. And when you're ready, we're going to take a brief conscious pause to come into the moment. So closing your eyes in your seated position. Beautiful. We're going to take a couple deep inhalations and exhalations together. So inhaling long and exhaling fully. Again, inhaling, filling up the belly, chest all the way up to the collarbones. And exhale, long, slow, complete. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Feel free to flutter the eyes open. Let's take the shoulders and just create some circles, rotating our shoulders forward. So just moving the shoulders. You might be feeling a little creakiness. That's why we're doing this. We're just getting some gentle movement going. And then we'll take our shoulders back. So bringing the shoulders up and cascading shoulder blades down. And just a little movement there. Beautiful. Okay, getting your alignment back in your spine, feeling your cervical spine coming back up over, stacking your spine. We're going to do some little, very fine movements called the figure eight. So what you're going to do is you're going to sort of in your mind's eye, imagine a figure eight right in front of your face, and you're going to use your nose to trace that figure eight around. So closing the eyes if you'd like, and just tracing the figure eight one way for a few times, and then moving the head, following the nose the other way along the figure eight in your mind's eye. And you can see this is just some gentle movement of the neck and probably different movement than you're used to doing. And so it's just adding a little more circulation to that area. After you've completed that for a few times, now taking that figure 8 in your mind's eye and flipping it into sort of an infinity sign, so onto its side. And once again, if you'd like, close your eyes and using the nose to trace the infinity sign one way for a few times, and then the other way, the more awkward way. And you may feel a little creaking, and that's great. This is something you can do at any point throughout your day. Okay, so let's take our shoulders up and back, realigning. And then we're going to take our right ear and we're going to drop it to our right shoulder. Very gentle dropping. You can feel on the left side, the left neck, the left shoulder is opening, just using simple gravity. Breathing into any sensation that you're feeling on the left side. And on your next inhale, coming back up. And exhaling left ear to left shoulder, opening up the right side, the right shoulder, the right neck. Beautiful. Couple deep breaths here. And when you're ready, inhale back up to center. And so now we're going to do some rotations, full rotations of the neck, but very gently and slowly. The cervical spine is quite delicate, so we're going to take care. Okay, so dropping the head and then moving your nose over towards, looking over towards your right side, and then nose circles up and over to the left, and then once again dropping it half moon, back down. Try a couple more rotations up, over and down. And taking it as slow or as fast as you'd like. And being gentle with yourself. And then at some point after a few cycles one way, moving on to the other direction. And you may be feeling some creaking in there, and that is a sign that this is something that would be a good idea to do on a regular basis. Keeping the neck moving in all different ways within its realm will help keep it healthy. Wonderful. Okay, let's move into a tabletop position. So removing whatever you were using as a prop for seating and coming into tabletop. So knees below hips, wrists below shoulders, arms are shoulder distance apart, looking down at the fingers, the hands, and splay the fingers open as wide as you can, and then kind of gripping there. And what we're aiming for here is the spine to be nice and long. So pressing out through the top of the head for lengthen the spine. Beautiful. We're going to come into a couple cat-cows. So let's inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the tail, lifting the heart up to the arms, top of the head lifts up, and then exhale, we drop the head, drop the tail, press up through the upper chest, hollowing out the belly, and inhale, coming back into our cow, belly soft, and exhale. One more time. Beautiful. Couple more rounds on your own. Inhaling up to cow. Exhaling, rounding the back to cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Beautiful. And then we'll return. We'll meet in neutral spine. So once again, flat back. And from here, we're just going to look towards our left shoulder, over our left shoulder, towards our left hip. And that's going to stretch our right side open, opening our right hip. Beautiful. Coming back to center and other side. So we're going to look past our right shoulder, towards our right hip, opening up the left side as we're doing that and returning to center. Lovely. Taking your right hand and placing it in the center of your mat just below your face, we're going to do a gentle twist open. So taking the left hand and just tracing your arm all the way up across your collarbones and reaching up for a gentle twist open. Beautiful. And then exhale your left hand back down and other side. So left hand in the center of the mat. And we're going to inhale, opening up to the right, tracing your right arm, fingers up, your left arm, opening to the right. Beautiful. Returning both hands down. Lovely. Okay, we are going to move into our first pose, which is the Sphinx pose. So we're going to come onto our forearms and then make your way all the way onto your belly, tops of the feet flat on the mat. I recommend tops of the feet are the width of the mat, looking down at your arms. Arms should be shoulder width apart, and elbows should be directly under shoulders for a 90-degree angle. Beautiful. Pelvis is grounding down towards the mat. Belly is soft. Inhale, lifting heart up through the arms, sort of energetically using the fingertips to pull the mat back and the chest through the arms. Shoulders are cascading down the back rib cage. Top of the head lifts up. Crown of the head is reaching towards the sky. Go ahead and close your eyes. This is our first Yin pose, and as you know, in Yin we tend to pause in the pose to allow the body to sink subtly deeper into the pose and take the time it needs to sink a little bit deeper. Breathing into the body, finding deep inhalation, long exhales. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer, but at any time, if this is too much, you can stack both of the forearms at the top of the mat, parallel to the mat, and rest the forehead on the forearms. This can be a deep lower back opener as well, along with the Sphinx, depending on where you are. We're opening up the low back, softening the belly, bringing some circulation into the spine through this lovely back bend. And let's everyone meet on our bellies. So again, forearms are stacking at the top of the mat, resting the forehead on the arms. And then go ahead and wiggle your hips. So just kind of shake your hips, loosen up the lower back, and sort of discharge that intensity that we placed in the lower back with the Sphinx pose. Beautiful. And when you're ready, we will take a nice gentle opener and we're going to roll onto our side. A gentle release out of the pose, and then using your arms to slowly lift yourself up to a seated and our next pose, which is the seated forward fold. So if you have a lot of rounding in the lower back, when you sit, you may want to, once again, find that bolster to bring that lower back slight curvature of the spine. You also may want to place a second blanket under your knees. So we are setting up for seated forward fold. So sits bones are grounding into either the bolster or the mat. Legs are extended out in front of us, and they don't need to be flat, and you can place a blanket under the knees if you'd like. And let's go ahead and inhale, shoulders up and back. And then inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, slowly reaching the arms forward towards the top of your mat, allowing them to land wherever they may be landing. We are not trying to touch our toes here. It's not a toe touch. And once you've found that spot, go ahead and release the head, release the neck, and you can see a full rounding of the upper back. Lovely. If you do have discomfort in the neck, you will definitely be feeling it in this pose. It's a great way to sort of loosen any tight muscles in the neck and shoulders that we get from our screen time. So again, this is another Yin pose. So we will be here, we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. Once you find your shape, bring your attention to your breath. Take an inhale and a long exhale. Release the neck, release the head. Where can you ungrip? Legs are slightly active. The belly is soft. Back muscles are relaxed. Arms are soft. Forearms and hands ungrip. Finding a little more release with each exhale. A little more length with each inhale. Softening the shoulders. Release the neck. The jaw is relaxed. The face is soft. Breathing into the sensations. And on your next inhale, you're going to flip your palms over onto the mat and slowly walk them towards your hips, using your hands to come up vertebrae by vertebrae back into a seated. Bend the knees. Both feet are flat on the ground. Removing any props that you have with you or on your mat. And just go ahead and move them to the side and make your way all the way onto your back. Knees are still bent. And once you're on your back, take your left knee, bringing it up to your chest, and then your right knee, hugging your knees in. And if you'd like, rolling from side to side, finding some movement, anything that feels good to you here. So take a moment to just find the movement that works for you, giving your back a little massage. Lovely. And then we'll meet back, knees hugging our knees to chest. We're going to come into a simple, easy twist. So we're simply going to take both knees and drop both of our knees over to the right side of our mats. And then we're going to inhale our arms open, wide open, either in a T if you don't have in a T, or you can bend your elbows if you don't have the room. And then if you'd like, turning your gaze towards your left side, towards your left hand. That will deepen the twist. So we're feeling a twist in our upper back. We're aiming for the left shoulder to touch the ground. Again, we're going to be here for about a minute. Finding the places that can relax and let go. What can you release? Are the hands relaxed? Is the face softened? The muscles around the eyes are loose. Release the jaw. The collarbones and chest are soft. Breathing into the twist. Release the legs. Release the grip in the feet. And on your next inhale, flipping your palms down onto the ground and bringing both knees back to chest. Roll it out side to side, knees to chest, just to neutralize. And when you're ready, shifting right into the other side, so both knees drop to the left and arms open up to the sides in a T. We're aiming for our right shoulder to touch the mat, and your face can be looking towards your right hand for a deeper twist in the upper body, or you can simply look right at the ceiling. That's my preferred position. Once you found your shape, close the eyes and going within, scanning the body. Where are you feeling sensation on this side? Might be different than the other side. What can release? Is the face soft? Hands are ungripping. Relax the forearms. The hips and thighs, surrender to gravity, let go. Finding the breath, breathing into the twist. On your next inhale, flipping the palms down and using your hands to help you bring your legs, your knees back to chest. Roll it out, hugging knees to chest. And when you're ready, we're going to move into Savasana, our final pose. So legs reach out towards the bottom of the mat. Possibly the feet are the distance of the mat. Palms, arms are by the side, palms up, eyes closed. Take a deep inhale, filling the belly, chest, all the way up to the collarbones, and long extended exhale, fully complete exhale. Another deep inhale, long exhale. I will leave you here in your Savasana. Feel free to stay in your Savasana and take rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.